Yo, what's going on? A pluses, nerd mixes. It is your boy ND Uchiha, and I'm here to bring you the review for the final episode of Armageddon, part 5, man. Yo, the Flash is off on a roll. Just to be totally honest with you, um, fixing everything that was wrong with season 7 and just showing us that the Flash is good. The Flash is back to being what the Flash was, and I'm really, really enjoying this. I actually really enjoyed this episode, and I love the fact, I love how they handled Mia Queen coming back because I'm gonna be totally honest with you, it kind of made me upset all over again for the Green Arrow and the Canaries actually not being picked up. Hurt my feelings a little bit. But I love the fact that they actually brought that storyline from the last time we saw Mia, exactly what happened, you know what I'm saying, at the end of that pilot episode, and bringing that into what's going on now instead of just creating a faltitious reason on why she came back. It was really dope. Um the fact that Mia came back looking for William and has been looking for William for 2 years since that last event happened, it was just dope to me. And the fact that she's on a tangent like her dad was when he first came out, and that her mom might not be, into what she's doing or look down upon her because she's actually been killing people if she had to, was really important to me. So I really like the way that they handled that situation and what was going on. And just seeing her back was really, really cool and what was going on. So I really, really enjoyed that and how that happened. Now, the whole premise of the episode went on whether they were going to save Eobard or not. Because now that the timeline has been restored and Team Flash is happy, everything's going good except for one thing. When Thawne pops up at CCPD and he's flashing in and out of time, you know what I'm saying, like disappearing, similar to what Barry was, in the previous episode before he was able to save himself, and he wants to get Barry to save his life. But this creates sort of a moral dilemma in what's going on, because uh, half a Team Flash thinks that they should do it because that's what heroes do, but the part of the team that's been there dealing with Thawne from the beginning knows who Thawne is, and was just like, he did it to himself, just let him disappear because it'll be a lot less trouble when it comes to what's going on with the timeline, because all Thawne wants to do is ruin the Flash. But the interesting context and what I thought was is the reason why Eobard Thawne was coming after Barry Allen anyway, because I think he said 200 years in the future. Did he say 200 years? I don't really remember that particular time slot, but uh Eobard set himself up. He found speed. He was going to premiere himself. Now, when he says this, I think that the type of person he is, that far in the future, he probably created the situation in order to have his shining light to start off with. So he probably put all these people in trouble. I could be wrong. He could have just been a good guy and just flipped the switch and turned full evil after that, but became a sociopath. But I really think he might have created the situation in order to have himself looked at as a hero. And then when the Flash popped up and saved everybody, he took that moment away from Thawne, and Thawne thought from that point on his whole life was about his speed and taking out the Flash. So actually having motive put behind what this version of Eobard Thawne was pretty interesting. And him knowing that Team Flash would have to save him. But Barry, Caitlin, and Iris was like, man, let this dude disappear. Mia was down with it too. So was the big dude. Forgot his name already because he really wasn't. Despero. So was Despero. All of them were down for Thawne being taken out, right? That was interesting to me. But Allegra, Chuck, and Joe West didn't want to do it. He was like utterly he was like upset, like in bewilderment that his kids would choose for Thawne to die. And Joe has always been like the center of morality when it comes to this show and this team. And watching him in this episode be that father, be that moral compass, that what I call my boy, I forgot. What do I call Tigger Beats? The voice of reason. You know what I'm saying? It was one of the best scenes I have seen Jesse L. Martin in. It might have I'm seeing a lot of people say it was even his best performance or the show, you know what I'm saying, at least in the past few seasons that he's been on the show. So I was really digging that and the fact that they had to do, you know what I'm saying, that. But the big thing for me was that Mia Queen return. Um it's been, I think, about 2 years since that Greeno and Canaries episode premiered on Arrow. And to just see them have that come back and be the basis of why she was there anyway was really cool. And it kind of like how the episode in Arrow was kind of a backdoor pilot to set it up. I feel like this was another them throwing a dart, you know what I'm saying, at the board in order to set up another backdoor kind of pilot to try to push to set this up again, because it gives me a hardened Mia Queen over 2 years without having, you know what I'm saying, her brother, and wanting to bring her brother back, and her being taken over by Despero towards the end of the episode, and watching how she was able to just dismantle Team Flash with just arrows, you know, especially after watching Hawkeye this morning, was really interesting to me. But I loved what they did. Some people say that Mia probably didn't fit with the rest of the team, but to me, that's how Oliver always felt. Anytime he had a crossover with the Flash, Oliver always felt like he was a little darker, a little harder. You know what I'm saying? A little more seasoned than what the other members of the Flash was. And I think that was the true point for this episode, was to show that even, you know what I'm saying, the hardened vet can be, you know what I'm saying, brought down and everything like that. So I love her character so much. They ended up finding out that Despero, remember that story he told about being, you know what I'm saying, the hero of his planet and making a mistake. No, he ended up being like the titan of that story, the evil guy that ended up having his, you know, getting kicked off his planet and stuff like that. And I don't think they really needed to do that. I think they could have kept it the other way around and just had him be a misguided hero that went villain. Him being a villain the whole time just kind of took away from the whole essence of this character, this Despero to me. It didn't feel good. But the end fight scene that they had between Despero and the Flash was good. It was good. Heavy CGI, but real clean CGI. It looked a lot better than a lot of the other CGI scenes they had. The fight was real dope. Um, I like the fact that Chester made Barry the golden shoes, and he used it to be able to absorb enough speed and power and stuff like that to be able to turn them flames back around on Despero to defeat him. I don't know if Despero's gone. I just know he's kind of like just flamed out. I don't know if because he didn't have that power from his home planet, if he wasn't able to stay where he was at and he was using that to actually teleport through time. I have no idea, but it was cool. It's not the CGI in the fight scene is going to be the same thing you see like in Marvel movies on different shows like that. Before this TV CW budget is better than what I have seen in a long time when it comes to this show. Now, Damien Dark having his redeeming moment, because he's there, he's solidified, the timeline solidified. He don't know what happened. His daughter still isn't back. And I think he just had a thing he had to do before he can go, because he ends up giving that stone to Joe West after talking about, you know what I'm saying, them have a conversation about being fathers, how being a father can change you, you know what I'm saying, for the better. And then after that, he ends up like, I guess, going into like limbo or whatever, where he sees Nora Dark and then tells her, you know what I'm saying, he loves her and everything like that. And I guess he passes on, and then they switch places and Nora comes to light. And then Joe takes her, you know what I'm saying, as the father he is, and tells her, you know what I'm saying, what her father did, because she just watched her father die in front of her for the second time. So that's gonna be kind of hard. And it was really cool seeing Nora back on the show. It was a really all around decent episode. At the end of the episode, you got um police officer walking like glad things are back to normal. And then you look at a picture from 2014 that has Eddie Thawne in it. You know what I'm saying? Has Joe West in it, and they're taking a picture with all the other police officers, and then you see Barry's kids pop up in the back of the picture. So you know they're gonna have something to do with the future, what's going on. I really hope that this episode ends up doing something for me as Queen character, and maybe it's something that could get picked up, whether it's HBO Max, whether it's CW, and we could get us you know what I'm saying, Green Arrow and the Canaries, or even a Green Arrow. Her interaction with Damien Dark was interesting when they were at the party, popped up, and she threw the knife to them. I remember what you did to Laurel Lance, and I just loved Miss McLemore's performance as Mia Queen. It felt a lot more Oliver Queenish. You know what I'm saying? And then her deciding that she was going to go see um her mom after uh Iris found her some information on the stone and stuff like that, but they couldn't break it. So she's gonna go to see her mom in order to try to, you know what I'm saying, break the code or whatever in order to be able to find William. I would love to see what goes on with that storyline with her searching for William and trying to find William and who actually abducted him and what was going on. The Flash used his powers in a similar way that Black Lightning did to separate his that was going to separate him from the Speed Force, to strip all the negative Speed Force away from Eobard Thawne, to just make him a normal human being. And then Argus is going to take him into custody. But you know, I think he would have rather died than lose his speed, because he keeps saying speed is my life. Now you left me stuck in hell. And I don't know if this is the last of the Reverse Flash Eobard that we're gonna see, but it definitely, that vendetta is definitely going to get darker and harder, and I think that's going to come to bite Flash in the tush. You know what I'm saying, later on. So all in all, I feel that this 5-part series that we just watched of Armageddon, was in its entirety, was better than the entirety of season 7 of The Flash. And if this is where they're going to go with this, it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see where this season goes and where they lead off. We already know that we're getting Robbie Amell back as Ronnie. We know we got some other stuff that's going to pop off, so I'm pretty interested in seeing what's going to happen with the twins. Everything's going to go. We don't have the Flash coming back for a while. They're taking a little bit of break. I think it's March. I'm not sure. But I will keep you guys updated on the Facebook page and on the Instagram as that's going to happen. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, man. I really enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the page. Shouts out. We want to thank you guys. A Plus More Phenomenal hit over 1,000 subscribers. Now let's get that done right here on Heel Report. We love you guys. We love bringing you these news and reviews, and we appreciate everything that you do for your guys. So if you like our reviews, if you like what we do, share them with your friends. Tell your friends to subscribe. Let them know the community that we're trying to build here, okay? Because you guys are just much part of this as we are, because we only do this because you guys want it done. So I will see you guys very soon. The Hawkeye review will be up later today, and man, I just can't wait. So until next time, as always, keep it A plus. This has been a Nerd Mix. I'm Indy Uchiha, and I'm out, guys. Talk to you soon.